This is Simon with Caddis Fly Shop, an Oregon fly fishing blog, and caddisflies are a bug that you should know if you're a fly fisherman. And their nymphs slash pupas make a huge, make up a huge part of a trout's diet. Around here, trout feed year-round on little caddis larvae, and especially when they pupate, which is after they kind of molt and they're ascending to the surface to turn to an adult. But there's other places where around the country where caddisfly subsurface flies like nymphs and emergers and pupa are like huge. They make a big part of the trout's diet here, but other places it's like the only fly you need. So this is a really great pattern that gets down deep like a perdigon. It's got a corded up chenille body, and then a real heavy bead, and then it does have a hackle of Starling on it. So got some new materials for you guys that we're using in it. Mainly this super Suede Chenille from Fulling Mill, that's really great. But a lot of good stuff on this fly, and this fly just works really good. It's a really great searching pattern around here, but especially those places with a ton of caddis. And I have a big bead to fish it around here, 5/30 seconds, but you can totally size it down if need be if you live somewhere else. So come on and I'll give you guys a closer look. So looking at this guy, this is a really easy fly for you guys. There's a theme this week with our flies, that easy peasy. So the body is this newer stuff in the shop, this super Suede Chenille in micro from Fulling Mill in Caddis Green. This stuff's really cool. You could tie worms with it. You could do dry fly bodies. You could do nymph bodies. This is my first time using it. It works really good. It looks really good when it gets wet. And it's just a really easy way to create a body. And then next we have Tactical Microflash Dub in UV black. There's a little spot right here, and then we've just got a little palmer of Starling. So it's really easy one for you. You know, it's really easy. I guess it's not easy, but you can kind of get in a rut of tying only really difficult stuff for people online, and sometimes it's nice to just do something easy for you guys. So the hook I've got here for you is a, where is it? Fulling Mill 5045 size 14. And then I have a 5/30 second speed or a 3.8 millimeter in matte black from Fulling Mill. Pretty much everything on this fly is Fulling Mill minus the Starling. And right now I'm using the flat thread from Fulling Mill that comes out later this year. This stuff's really cool. It works really good. I'm excited for you guys for it to be available for those of you who want to try it. It works really good. Not a lot of slip and a lot of strength, and it lays down pretty flat. So it's a great working thread, I would call it. It's not great for building a body. You'll run through it, but there's other threads for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a pinch of this stuff and tie it in kind of right behind the bead. We do want to leave a little bit of space so we don't crowd where we're going to put that, that thorax in. And I'm going to bring it pretty much right to the bend. You don't want to bring it too far over the end. We do still want this to look straight. But we're going to lock that into place. And then we're going to palmer this up. Just like that. And it should look just like this for you guys doing it. Just go right to the end of the hook. And you kind of get this really nice looking segmented body with this stuff too. I'm a huge fan of how it looks, and I will be tying all sorts of other stuff with it. There's a lot of different colors. It works great for worms too. But we are a couple months away from that. So next I'm going to take a little pinch of this Fulling Mill Tactical Microflash Dub. I've got it in the dubbing box, but it's really nice stuff. Not a whole lot of flash, which is fine because I'm looking for more dark than you know, purpley or pearly flash in it. And I'm just going to take just a little bit. We're just doing a little bit just to show that there's a little head up there, and just enough to kind of help lock this Starling into place. So as you can see, I'm just putting just a little bump of it right here. And the beauty of this is as it gets beat up, it'll look scraggly like legs. And you can see if you make too big of a spot of it, it actually visually will shrink the length of the rest of the caddis's body, which we do not want to do. So what we're going to do now is take a piece of Starling. I'm picking lower on the bird right now. Most of the time Starling's in one piece. Mine is not, because my new cat got into it. This is the second one he's jacked up, but luckily he didn't get it too bad. I'm picking from the rear down here by the tail. That's where I'm finding the good feathers with the right length. And what I will do is I'll strip part of the feather, which I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'll take one kind of just like this. You can see there's almost like marabou-like feathers back here. We do not want those. So we're going to peel those off until we're left with just this good stuff right here. We can leave a little bit of it, but we don't want too much of it. So just like that. And then we're going to take the feather and peel it back on itself. And now you can see the length that you're going to be working with. That looks pretty good to me. But then you can see if you have to pull anything extra off. But we're going to try to get as much of these feathers poking the other way as possible, especially these short ones. To me are very valuable to make a very lifelike collar. A lot of those short ones mixed with some of the longer ones gives it a nice little contrast. And so we're going to lock that in. There's a little piece peeking right here that you can trim. I'm going to snip it, but you don't have to. The collar will hide it. And then we will just palmer this guy around pretty much just sometimes once, sometimes twice. We don't want it to look too thick. Just like that is just perfect. If it's too thick, it's too much. You don't want too thick, you don't want too long, but you also don't want too sparse and too short. So you should look something like this. And you can kind of help the feathers or the fibers kind of get around the whole thing like this. And then what we're going to do, and this is the key to just use a little tiny bit, we're going to use just a tiny bit of this dub. And when I say tiny bit, I mean like that. We're going to just put a smidge on there to lock the collar into place and just kind of guide all those feathers back. So just like this. I mean, we've got 2 turns. That's it. Done. And now you've got a beautiful little caddis that makes for a great dropper here in the summer. We've got a lot of just assorted little caddis that shoot around, and our rivers out here aren't as caddis heavy as some places. Some places you throw any little caddis nymph on and it's go time. And something like this, if you're watching from out of state and you fish somewhere like that, something like this would be right up your alley. So just to lock it in for durability, we are going to use some Solar's bone dry. And the key here when gluing a fly with a collar is you can't have a lot of resin on your brush. And we're going to drop it right into the hole for the slot. And then that way you don't glue the fibers. Because the whole idea of a soft hackled collar is it needs to move freely. And if you resin it up, it gets all screwed up. You can see the UV flash of this stuff. It gets really, really bright too. So if you're local, come on into the shop and pick up all the materials for this if you're interested. If you're online, there's links below the video. Or you can just browse all this stuff and more online at caddisflyshop.com. So we will see you next time. Thanks.